Today I'm going to be working on another costume for my October 2021 challenge. The costume I will be doing this week is for this is Isabelle Lightwood, or Izzy, from the TV show Shadowhunters. She wears a lot of gorgeous outfits, but also a lot of outfits that I wouldn't typically wear day to day. I'm not nearly as comfortable or as confident with my body as this character is, which, good for her. The costume of hers that I will be attempting is this jumpsuit overalls kind of deal that she wears in season 1. It's a very, very cute outfit. It actually looks like she wears it, I don't know if she wears it more than one way or if she just like puts a jacket on. Can't really tell if it's just supposed to be like a tube top kind of deal. I know it does a sweetheart neckline kind of thing, but I don't know if it's actually supposed to have straps or not, because her hair is always covering that. She wears her hair down, and her hair is relatively long and dark, so you can't really see through it. So I will be adding straps. I'm going to go ahead and talk to you about the patterns and the fabric now. The pattern I will be using today, this guy right here, specifically pattern C. This guy at the bottom, it is full length. It does have the sweetheart neckline, and it also has a belt and shoulder straps. So this should make things easier, hopefully. The fabric that I ordered specifically for this outfit arrived. I ordered it, and once it got here, I was very annoyed and kind of mad at myself for having ordered it online instead of going into a store. When I ironed it, it looked darker, looked darker than when it arrived, which is good because it's supposed to be a dark, dark navy. This isn't quite as dark as I would like it to be, which is honestly the least of its problems. You can sort of tell from the video that there is a slight denim-like pattern on here. It doesn't really look like denim, which is annoying because that's what it's supposed to be. That's what the listing said it was. It said it was denim, and it's very clearly not. And also, it's a very thin material. It is a very, very lightweight material. I would go as far as to say this is actually shirting material, which, well, I have a use for this now. Maybe. I might have a new use for this. I have another possible option for material if I don't want to just go out and buy denim material, which I don't particularly want to do. Anyway, the other option besides going out and buying more fabric is a couple months ago I was talking to my brother, and he brought up the fact that he had a couple of pairs of jeans that he was looking to get rid of, and he asked me if I wanted them. Now, my assumption initially was that he couldn't wear the jeans anymore because they were like torn up, that there were holes in them and stuff, and he was asking me if I wanted them as fabric so I could like cut them up or do something with them instead of him just throwing them away. That ended up not being the case. That are all in roughly, like, fairly good condition. Like, there's a pair of jeans that he gave me that actually fit So I've actually been wearing those, so that's pretty cool. However, there are a couple that I was looking at and I'm like, what can I do with this? What can I do with this? And I actually left 2 of them in my car, which was a mistake I'm now realizing. I didn't realize it initially, but then like when I grabbed them and I'm like, ooh, this is perfect, because one of the pairs of jeans is like a dark navy color. I forgot that sun bleaching was a thing, so it's not as dark as it was before. But one of the pairs, the lighter pair to begin with, is this. And this actually looks like denim, because it is denim. And it's a thicker weight, because they are guys' pants. What I'm going to try doing is I'm going to take apart a couple of pairs of jeans and use that as fabric. But since they are all kind of different shades, I have a couple of bottles of navy blue fabric dye. So I think I'm going to take apart, like I said, take apart a couple of pairs of jeans and see if I can dye them. Okay, so you remember how I said that thing about sun bleaching? So it's not just from the sun, because he had these for a while before he gave them to me. But I just took off the pocket of one of the pairs of jeans. So this is the outside, this is the back pocket, right? Okay. This is what it looked like originally, apparently. So this was the color that I'm actually going for, but I can't do anything with just this. And this kind of actually makes me think that dyeing this specifically isn't going to work, because it'll still be a different color. Because I'll dye the whole thing navy blue, but you're still going to be able to tell the difference between this and this. I switched and I decided to start taking apart the darker jeans, the front. I ripped both I ripped the legs open, so I have this huge expanse to work with. If nothing else, I could probably cut this part off and use this part and have this whole bottom half of the leg use this one leg as the front top and use the other leg as the back top. And that might actually work. And actually, how would... Okay, so on the negative side, it is a little bit too small around to do that exactly. But with this seam here, the seams on the legs in particular are triple reinforced. So here, you can see it better from the inside. So there's, they sewed it together with probably this guy right here, and then they laid it flat and went over it 3 separate times. So I'll have about ½ inch to work with. However, if I'm going to be doing it like this is where I would be putting the zipper. So I actually don't have that ½ inch. Or actually, I think it's about a full inch, because it's a ½ inch on either side. I'm still not going to have it because I need that part for the zipper. I guess that will also be something I will look into. I don't know how, because I found like 3 reference photos. I will go ahead and try dyeing this, and if it just absolutely does not work the way I want it to, I guess I will head out tomorrow and buy some more fabric. Right, so I've started my process for dyeing. So this will be the color I'm using. In this, you're supposed to do 3 gallons of water and half of a bottle bottle of this, as well as 1 cup of salt and a teaspoon of liquid dish soap. So I'm waiting for my water to boil and then we'll get going. Said to shake well before using. And we're going to put half of this bottle in. And then we are going to stir it up a little bit. Have 1 pocket. And we have another pocket. 1/2 of 1 pant leg. The second half of that same pant leg. 1/2 of the other pant leg. The second half of the second pant leg. So now what we're going to do is we are going to continuously stir for about a ½ hour. We're probably going to do it for a little bit longer, just because I want it to get that rich, dark, navy blue color. Alright, it's been just over ½ hour, almost 40 minutes. We're going to go ahead and take it out and rinse it off and see how we did with everything. It is, as you can sort of see, it's still steaming, so it's really hot. And even with the gloves on, it kind of hurts to get my hand in there, which is unfortunate because that's exactly what I have to do. Just from the pocket, it looks pretty good. It does look like it got wrinkled inside because it does look like there are darker bits and lighter bits, which is unfortunate. Now we rinse with cool water and we leave them to dry. Look what just got here. This is the rest of the denim, the new denim that I bought. It's good. It's dark. I still have yet to see if it matches the actual jean pieces that I dyed, but it is a lot thicker than the other stuff, so this is actual jeans. A lot more what I was thinking. It is a very dark color, so I am just getting ready to put it into the wash, and we'll see what it looks like after it's been washed and dried. I have all of the jean parts. I air dried them and rinsed them again, and then I machine dried them, and then I ironed them flat, and this is the color it came out to. It's a very dark navy color. I quite enjoy it. I hope that it matches the fabric that I bought. I have 4 pieces. I should have enough for the bodice. I have the material. It just came in the mail yesterday. I am going to go ahead and start on this bodice. Alright, these are all of the pieces for just the bodice. I am not doing the straps with this. I'll use the material that is currently washing. And I will use that same material for the bottom half. In the meantime, hopefully I'll have enough of this to get through all of this. One thing that I didn't think of, I still need more interfacing. I did get lining though. Alright, so I have all of the pieces for the bodice part cut out. These are the bra cups, and then these are the side pieces, and the stomach piece underneath. This is the back bodice piece. In the picture for the pattern, it shows buttons down the front. I am not going to be doing that because in the TV show, it there is a very noticeable zipper that goes down the front. It is like a silver color, and I'm going to do that. I have it already, it's out of reach right now, so I can't grab it. But I'm going to go ahead and start construction. I'm going to pin these together and see how it looks. Already, the size of the pattern that I'm doing, the bust is too big, but it's the smallest size that the pattern has, so I'm going to have to get creative with it. Alright, so I've completed the lining for the top. I figured since the top is made out of denim, that would not feel very good against my torso. It is a black material. Put interfacing in the cups like it said to do. That part's done. And actually, for the most part, so is the outer fabric of the top. This is all the inside. Every single piece is interfaced, and I used a quite thick interfacing, so to give it a bit of structure, because I was toying with the idea of boning it, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I want there to be at least a little bit of flexibility. And this is the outside. This is the part that people are actually going to see. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take both of these and attach them to each other. So to do that, I need to take the right sides, which would be this side and this side, and pin them together. So I'm going to go like this and pin the top part together. I'm going to leave the bottom part unpinned for now, but I'm going to put the top part together. I'm going to pin that, and then I'm going to sew that and flip it inside out. Alright, so I sewed both the lining and the normal piece together. So now all I do is take this and flip it like this, so that the black part goes on the inside and the blue part goes on the outside. I have most of this cut out, but I wanted to talk to you about this part because I am going to change things, and I just decided I would change things, so this is a bit daunting and nerve-wracking for me because I don't want to mess it up. So this is the crotch point, and this is the waistline. This that you're looking at right now, this piece is supposed to be the front trouser part. What I'm thinking is this part right here, I'm pretty sure this is in place for the placket. And the placket is annoying because in this pattern, it's buttons that we're dealing with. So the placket is to kind of reinforce where the buttons are. And I don't want that. I don't want buttons. So I was thinking that I'm going to go ahead and just cut this right here. I'm just going to go straight up so that I don't go in any further. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, so I had a thought, and I'm not sure how good this thought is because I legitimately just had it. Okay, so I'm thinking what I'm going to do instead is I am going to cut about an inch out from here. So I'll cut along this line, but then I will go about an inch out and cut up. Her zipper is very, very visible. It is very obvious. So I think if I go out from here about an inch or so, that will give me some room to be able to turn it over so that I can pin and sew the zipper on so that it's visible, but also I will be able to negate any kind of puckering that goes along around here, which is bad. Any kind of puckering or bunching or anything, obviously, around the crotch area is not good. So that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully I'm not screwing myself over. But, I mean, if all else fails, I can just unpick the zipper and cut that extra bit off. If I cut this out, then I would have to add, and I don't want to have to do that. It's easier to cut off than to add on. So I am just going to try and keep that in mind and continue on. I wanted to explain to you before I forgot that I did this. So the bodice itself was a little bit tight. Mostly it was tight around the waist area. The bust was perfectly fine, but the waist was too tight. So instead of rehashing everything, taking it all apart and sewing bigger pieces, I decided to make each one of the seams a little bit smaller. All right, this line right here, I know it's going to be hard for you to tell, but this line right here is where the original seam was, and this line right here is where the new seam is. Now, I know that doesn't seem like much, and in fact, it is not. But I did that on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 separate seams. All of them have that same small amount, and if you remember, not only does it take this tiny little bit from one side, it takes it from the other side as well. So I'm going to go ahead and rip the original seams to let it out a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and, I can't really try it on, but I'm going to hold it up to myself and try to pull the closing ends together and see if I have any excess fabric that will be perfect for the zipper that I need to do. So I'm done with the trousers, and I'm more or less done with the top. And right now, I have the top and the bottom pinned mostly together. I found the middle point of the trousers, and then I took the top, the blouse, and I folded it in half, and on that edge I put them together. So what I'm doing next is I'm going to go ahead and sew these two together, and once I'm done sewing it, I'm going to go ahead and try it on and see, first of all, how much room I have for the zipper altogether. Second of all, if I need to adjust it any, like if I need to make this seam bigger or smaller to actually cover appropriate areas that a jumpsuit is supposed to cover. And then I will see about attaching the straps and then the zipper. Right, so initially I was a little worried that this would be too small around the chest area, not the boobs, the like ribs area. But I have decided, instead of being overly worried about it, I'm going to go ahead and add the zipper anyway. And if I need more room, I will create more room. So I have added the zipper onto one side. I've just pinned it. I haven't added it completely. Whew. All right. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think that would fit. I'm surprised I was able to get it zipped. So there's that. Doesn't look bad. I do have to probably hand sew this probably 1.5 inches or 2 inches of the seam. And the straps, because already I'm having to shimmy and pull this up. So we're definitely putting straps on here. I'm all finished. I'm in the process of changing and getting this all taken care of, but I just wanted to show you how much fabric I cut off the sides of these trousers to make them more skinny legged, so that it would be closer to the appropriate look of the jumpsuit. It might look kind of weird on me. My legs, my calves and my thighs are more chonky, so it's gonna be different. Keep in mind that this is how my body looks, regardless of how the character's body looks. This is a lot of fabric. I just wanted to point out that I had to take off a lot, so I hope it doesn't look terrible. Alright, it doesn't look great, but it doesn't look unnatural, I suppose. Alright, so doesn't look terrible, which is great, and I appreciate. It is a little tight in spots, but that's workaroundable, I feel. So I got the bracelet and I got the necklace when I was thinking about doing a different cosplay for her. I also have a pair of boots that are, I think they're just above the knee, and they're black and they're high heel, but they're like a chunky high heel. I didn't even bother putting them on because I know that they are not going to be able to go over this leg, the fabric and the leg, of course. The only problem I really have with the jumpsuit is that it's a little bit tight, especially when I try to sit down. Oh no! I feel like I'm gonna rip something, so I better not. The top and the bottom are noticeably different colors. So you can see a difference. You can see a very clear difference. If I have a belt, which she has in the reference pictures, If I have a belt on, then the difference between the two is a little bit less stark. So, yeah. Pockets. That is the end of this video. I do have a couple more costumes that I want to work on, but I don't think those will be the next videos. In the meantime, have a great day. Bye!